Y'all parents set y'all up to fail just like mine did, man. There was no plans. There was no real reason for them to have kids. They fought, and I'm speaking about mine, which I know everybody, a lot of people had this problem. Like, they fought and only thought about themselves, man. Like, when I look at my father and my mother, they both just did selfish things and didn't think about the kids not once when they made any decision. Since I was a kid. It's not to say I don't love my parents, man. Everybody's flawed, and I always saw them as human. For some reason, when I was a kid, I never thought my parents were perfect or thought they should be like these divine things or beings. Like, I never thought that. But it just, they didn't even give 40% to try to be something or try to make us something. They just didn't care. They were spoiled baby boomers. You know, they didn't know how good they had it. Like, my father had a job making more money than I do. My mother even had a job making more money than I do. Like, they both were working, and it's like they just found a reason to fight. And they grew up together. Like, so you would think they would have this sibling, which they do in a sense. They would have this sibling energy with each other because they grew up and knew each other since kids. But it was, you won't do what I say, or you won't do what I say. And they both claim to be Christians. It's like, okay, if y'all just took it to Bible, you got to follow my father. Like, that should have been the internet. Whatever my father said, that should have just been the way. But whatever, man. Everybody's selfish. And there was no college fund. There was no reason, like, okay, we gonna have these kids for this. Or there was no plan. Like, they sold the house when they got into it in divorce. Like, it's like, let's just at least keep the house for the kids. I'll go live in an apartment. It was like nothing. It was like, what's gonna happen to you? That wasn't even a question. What about the kids? That was no question. Nobody cared about that. And it's crazy how I hear either similar stories to mine or worse. Like, it's just, I see millennials and I see my boys' parenting, and they're so different. I'm just so happy to see them be great parents, because I wouldn't be friends with them if they wasn't. Treating their kids so much different, saving money for them, playing with them, being with them all the time. Every time I talk to my friends, like, it's always about their children. You know, what you would think I would hate. Like, all right, man, I'm tired of seeing your big picture, but I love it. Because we're going so much harder in the other way that our parents did. I even respected people, because it's a lot of millennials that I don't have kids. It's a lot of girls I grew up with that don't have children. And that's probably because of the trauma we experienced. Like, I'm not going to even try. I don't have the money. I'm not going to do what, my parents did. I respect them. I used to not less, like, go have some kids. Like, keep it going. You're a good person. Teach your kids to be good. But they went through the same trauma I did. That's all I wanted to say, man. Like, our parents, man, if you thinking about being hard on yourself, saying I could do more,